Hello, you read the title, you clicked on the video. That's right, I am finally doing a Pokemon video. Arceus, grant me mercy.
Gaming Cookie Guy
Entertainment.
What can I say about Pokemon Legends ZA that hasn't already been said 100 different ways in 100 different review and analysis videos? I feel like even more than other games in the franchise, this particular game is polarizing. So if you think it's a great looking game, you're right. If you think the Balcony Gate is a massive scandal and a travesty, you're right. If you think this is a step in the wrong direction, you're right. If you think the new mechanics revolutionized the franchise, hey, you're right. Every possible opinion you can have and share about this game is being had, and I promise you, is being shared, to the point where I think the only thing we can all collectively agree on is that Boys the Heracross is perfect in every way. Let's hear it for the boys. And so with all the, let's call it what it is, noise surrounding this game, what could I possibly have to add to the conversation? Well, the answer is absolutely nothing. But I am a white guy with a microphone and a camera, so you better believe I will be putting out a video about my opinion. And so for the rest of this video, I want to talk about both Legends games through the lens of my favorite side quest and my favorite NPC from each games, and kind of how they represent my feelings on them as a whole. Going into 22 after having finished Pokemon Sword version and being admittedly pretty underwhelmed by the product, I thought I might actually be done with Pokemon as a franchise. A franchise I had loved for basically my entire life, like all the way going back to watching the first season of the anime and playing Pokemon Red version. But for better and for worse, definitely for worse for my wallet, Legends Arceus reignited my love for this franchise, and it fulfilled the promise to me of what Pokemon always could have been. Adventure, exploration, discovery, all of those things were brought to the forefront, and the turn-based battling that had been the centerpiece of Pokemon finally took a back seat. Now, don't get me wrong, battles were still important. Like the game crescendos in a turn-based battle against Volo, a challenging battle, especially in a modern Pokemon game, a battle I'm not afraid to admit, yeah, I lost the first time. I did not see that Giratina reveal coming, and it was awesome. I loved it. I think climactic battles will always have a place in Pokemon, but it was so refreshing to play a game where that wasn't like the main focus of gameplay. And I still remember the moment that solidified that, hey, this is a game that I think I might actually love. It is the moment where you meet the NPC Beauregard. He is a character who just loves the Pokemon Beautifly and gives you your very first side quest to catch a Wurmple from him. Later on, this Wurmple evolves into Cascoon and then finally into a Dustox, and we get to watch as Beauregard forms a bond with this Pokemon that he initially did not think he wanted. Like, yeah, the game is named after Arceus, but Beauregard to me is the perfect mascot for this Pokemon game. One that prioritizes catching, learning, evolving, growing to love your team of little guys. Or if you got the alpha version, the big little guys. And now in 2025, we have Pokemon Legends ZA, a game that I was really looking forward to, and a game that I was so disappointed by. And to illustrate why, allow me to introduce you to Dora. Through the main story of Legends ZA, we meet her, a woman who has been feeding and caring for a local wild Hawlucha. This same Hawlucha is the one that undergoes rogue mega evolution that we have to defeat, but sometime after that, through progressing the story, we unlock a new side quest in which we talk to Dora and discover that that same Hawlucha still wants to battle. And at this point of the game, I thought I knew what I could expect from this side quest, because we go through a similar thing with like a masochistic Chespin earlier in the game. Like, we battle the Pokemon, we kick its butt so bad that it really wants to join our team. But to ZA's credit, that's not actually what happens in this particular side quest. Instead, we defeat the Hawlucha, but instead of it joining us, Dora and Hawlucha actually become partners in a moment that I thought was genuinely effective. Like, it was easily my favorite character moment from the entire game. Now, both of these NPCs and their stories are minuscule parts of the games that they come from, but both of them are my favorites from their respective games, and they both do what I love about Pokemon, which is bring people and Pokemon together, and they both represent the different ways that this game goes about that through catching and discovery or through battling. And it's not Dora's fault. It's not even really the game's fault, but I happen to resonate way more with Arceus's method than with ZA's. In fact, I find ZA's to be deeply discouraging. Like, I get it to a certain extent. This is the first time the battle system has been completely overhauled, so you want to make that the feature of gameplay. But it feels like this game can't let a single moment go by that doesn't involve a battle. Like, you know what part of the game notably didn't have any battles in it and by all accounts seems to be pretty beloved? Yeah, it's the museum sequence where we reminisce about how cool Legends Arceus was. I remember opening up that game on day one, finding my partner Chikorita.
It's Chikorita! Let's go.
And walking into the first so-called wild zone and thinking, oh man, is this it? It's just another one of the same generic city streets we've been on, except this time there's like 6, 7 wild Pokemon spawning on it. And then you just think about Wild Area 1 compared to the Obsidian Fieldlands, and the difference is immense. And yeah, you unlock other wild areas throughout the game, but they don't get that much better. But the one moment in ZA, the one that truly just broke my heart, the one that makes me the most pessimistic about the future of Pokemon and makes me worry that Legends Arceus really was like this singular experience that the franchise might never come back to. Now, it did take place at the end of Legends ZA's story, so spoilers ahead. But if you've played it, you know. You go through this whole game with the promise that if you rise to the ranks and become the top trainer, you will get your one wish fulfilled. And inevitably, you reach the top because you're the chosen one or whatever. But at this point, inexplicably, the game gives you 3 dialogue options. Option 1, I want us all to battle Pokemon together. Option 2, I want us to live in harmony with Pokemon. Or option 3, I want more Pokemon to live in Lumiose. And call me stupid, call me naive, but I had in this moment a glimmer of hope, because surely they wouldn't give us 3 different dialogue options for no reason. So I picked, full of hope, I picked option 3. I wanted to see the city streets of Lumiose transform. I wanted to see all different kinds of Pokemon, only to be told, well, hey, sorry, champ, that's not actually possible. Try again. All right, fine. Weird, but fine. Instead, all right, option 2 then. Maybe in this option, Pokemon would be less aggressive in the wild zones, and you could get up and study them closer in person. And yeah, fat chance. Try again there, sport. Until finally I was railroaded into picking the only option that would progress the game further. I want us all to battle Pokemon together. It's like the Pokemon Company was so blinded by their cool, flashy new battle system. And it is cool, and it is flashy, but they were so blinded by it that they couldn't for a moment even consider that there might be someone who dissented, someone who didn't want to do that for 95% of the gameplay. And it was kind of soul-crushing to be forced to pick that option. Like, not only my least favorite of the 3, but the only one that I actively didn't want to do. And, like, I can forgive the lack of balconies. I can forgive lack of voice acting. I can forgive DLC coming out for a game that isn't even 3 months old. But that is, to me, unforgivable. The question now becomes, what is next for Pokemon? Like, I assume they'll go back to turn-based battles in Gen 10, but then again, maybe not. Maybe this is the new normal. Maybe the Legends series is just a test kitchen for things they want to put in the true mainline games. And if that's the case, what's next for Legends? Will we ever get another game that makes me feel the way Legends Arceus did? A game that, yeah, had plenty of its own problems. It wasn't a perfect game, but it's the game that truly made Pokemon feel alive again to me. And so with that, I guess the biggest question for me personally is whatever comes next, will I be there with them on the journey? Well, much like Beauregard and his now beloved Dustox, I know I can't get everything I always want or everything I always think I want, but I do hope that I can grow alongside it and appreciate what I have. And oh my gosh, they announced Mega Tatsugiri. Oh, we're so back. Oh, take all my money. Let's go. Gotta catch them all.